Hello friends, welcome to my channel. These are all educational videos. You can search my videos by typing Pravinesh Publication on YouTube. Watch my videos till end so you can understand all the concept. And if you have any doubt, then you can ask me on my WhatsApp number. My WhatsApp number is written over here, that is 9016487991. If you like the videos, then please press the subscribe button which is given in the corner and press the bell icon so you will get all the updates. Today I'll explain Standard 8 Science in the chapter number 13 Sound Part 1. Friends, this is a physics chapter. What is physics, what is chemistry, what is biology, that we will understand in the higher classes. Biology, that we study about the living organisms, about their structures, about their life processes, etc. In chemistry, we deal with some chemicals, we understand some metals, non-metals, element, compound and mixture. And in physics, we understand different phenomena occur in the nature. So let's understand the chapter sound. Before that, here I have written the heading, that is sound. What is the meaning of sound? Sound is a one kind of energy. Whatever I'll say right now, so that you hear. So I am creating a sound. How we can create the sound? With the help of air, we can create the sound. Whatever air we blow out with our mouth, and in between we have a vocal cord. So whatever air I'll exhale, that creates a sound. Sound is measured in the unit called frequency, that is hertz. Sound is also measured in another unit, that is called decibel. Sound has a different property. The first property, sound absorb in the medium. Whatever medium we have, the sounds will absorb in that one. Now, I'll ask you a single question. In which medium a sound travel faster? Solid, liquid or gas? So, all of you answer that the sound travels in the gaseous medium faster than the liquid or solid. So, your answer is wrong. Sound travel faster in the solid medium. Why? Because sound travels with the help of particles. One particle give energy to the next particle will travel this energy to the further particle. So in solid medium, the particles are tightly packed with each other, so they transfer the sound very fast. So the speed of sound in solid medium is greater than the liquid and gaseous medium. Now friends, let's start chapter number 13, sound, from the textbook. How do you come to know that a period is over in your school? You come to know easily that someone is at your door when he knocks, or you hear the sound of the doorbell. Most of the time, you can make out that someone is approaching you by just hearing the footsteps. You might have played a game called hide and seek. In this game, a person is blindfolded and has to catch the remaining players. How is the blindfolded person able to guess which player is closest to her? Friends, whenever you are sitting in a room facing towards a wall and you are doing some study, someone is calling you. For example, your sister is calling you. How do you know that your father is calling you, your sister is calling you, or your mother is calling you, or your friends? So friends, by hearing their sound, the quality of sound, you can say that your sister is calling you. Sound plays an important role in our life. It helps us to communicate with one another. We hear a variety of sounds in our surroundings. Make a list of sounds you hear in your surroundings. In the music room of your school, you hear the sound made by musical instruments like flute, tabla, harmonium, etc., which is given in figure. How is sound produced? How does it travel from one place to another place? How do we hear sound? Why are some sounds louder than others? We shall discuss such questions in this chapter. Friends, on your screen there is a figure 13.1. Some musical instruments are given: harmonium, tabla, sitar and flute. I think some of the students are very good at these musical instruments. They can play these musical instruments very well. Now friends, topic 13.1 on your screen. Sound is produced by a vibrating body. Touch the school bell when not in use. What do you feel? Again touch it when producing sound. Can you feel it vibrating? Activity 13.1. Take a metal plate or a shallow frying pan, hang it at a convenient place in such a way that it does not touch any wall. Now strike it with a stick. Touch the plate or pan gently with your finger. Do you feel the vibrations? Again strike the plate with the stick and hold it tightly with your hands immediately after striking. Do you still hear the sound? Touch the plate after it stops producing sound. Can you feel the vibrations now? Here friends, whenever you want to produce a sound, we need to vibrate the object. For example, can you hear the sound of this page? No. We are not supposed to hear any sound from this page. But if I do like this, yes, we can hear the sound created by this page. How this created? Because I did some vibration in this page. There is a friction between this page and air, so we can hear the sound. Same way, if we want to clap, so you can hear the 3 claps, that is by vibrating 2 objects. Here 2 objects are my both the hands. So if you vibrate, we can hear the sound. So if you want to produce the sound, vibration is necessary. Now activity 13.2, take a rubber band, put it around the longer edge of a pencil box, insert 2 pencils between the box and the stretch rubber. Now plug the rubber band somewhere in the middle. Do you hear any sound? Does the band vibrate? Friends, when we are free, so I think so all have done this activity. Just take 2 pencils and put it on the edge of your compass box, apply the rubber band, and in between stretch the rubber band. You can hear the sound. Why we can hear the sound in this activity? Because we are stretching the rubber band. That means we are applying vibrations in the rubber band. The to and fro or a back and forth motion of an object is termed as vibrations. As you learnt in class 7, when a tightly stretched band is plugged, it vibrates and produces sound. When it stops vibrating, it does not produce any sound. So here friends, what is the meaning of vibrations? To and fro or back and forth motion of an object is called vibrations. There are many kind of vibrations. For example, vibrations in the pendulum, or vibrations in this page, or vibration in our fan, because they are moving and they create some sound. Activity 13.3, take a metal dish, pour water in it, strike it at its edge by a spoon, that is given in figure 13.4. Do you hear a sound? Again strike the plate and then touch it. Can you feel the dish vibrating? Strike the dish again, look at the surface of water. Do you see any waves there? Now hold the dish. What change do you observe on the surface of water? Can you explain the change? Is there a hint to connect sound with the vibrations of a body? Friends, this activity you can do at home. And this is also one kind of musical instrument that is called Jal Tarang, which is on your screen. Just take a different size bowls and add some water in it, and with the help of spoon, strike gently on each and every bowl. So you will hear a sound, but with the different frequency. What is the meaning of frequency? That we will understand later. But you will hear the different kind of sound here, and with this musical instrument, we can create a very beautiful sound. We see that a vibrating object produces sound in some cases. The vibrations are easily visible to us, but in most cases, their amplitude is so small that we cannot see them. However, we can feel them. Now friends, here the word we have amplitude. What is the meaning of amplitude, friends? Sound travels from one medium to another medium, or in the same medium with the help of waves. So these are the waves that we have created. This is not a rope. This is the graph of density versus time of sound. Here, this is the height attained by the sound in positive y direction. If you write this in a graph, so this is a positive y direction and this is a negative y direction. We know that this is a x-axis and this is vertical is a y-axis. This is a positive y and this is a negative y. So this is a maximum distance traveled by a wave in positive y direction, and this is known as amplitude. Same as this is a maximum distance traveled by the wave in negative y direction, that is in the opposite direction, that is also known as amplitude. Here both the distance will remain the same. Here amplitude is a distance, so that is measured in meter. So unit of amplitude is meter. Here both of them are same. I hope you will understand the word what is the meaning of amplitude. Again, the distance traveled by a wave in either direction. Why either direction? Because both the distance are same. So again, what is the definition of amplitude? The distance traveled by wave in either direction is known as amplitude. I'll draw another wave. So this is the amplitude of the object. Another wave. So this is amplitude of the object. Clearly from the figure you can see this wave has a higher amplitude and this wave has a lower amplitude. Now friends, next activity, that is activity 13.4. Friends, the whole chapter is based on each and every activity. So I'll read each and every activity properly, understand it properly, and if possible you can try it at home. Take a hollow coconut shell and make a musical instrument, ek tara. You can also make it with the help of an earthen pot, that is given in figure 13.5. Play this instrument and identify its vibrating part. On your screen you can see the ek tara, and I have with the arrow shown which is the vibrating part, that is a coconut shell. Whatever the material we apply on it or whatever the skin on it is a vibrating part. Make a list of familiar musical instruments and identify their vibrating parts. A few examples are given in table 13.1. Complete the rest of the table. Friends, on your screen, table 13.1, musical instrument and their vibrating part. In that first, the veena and its vibrating part is stretching string. Second is tabla. In that vibrating part, producing sound is stretch membrane. Third, fluid, so that is air column. You need to write some other examples of musical instruments with the vibrating part producing sound. Many of you might have seen the manjira, the ghatam, and the knot, that is mud pots, and the kartal. These instruments are commonly used in many parts of our country. These musical instruments are simply beaten or struck. Can you name a few other musical instruments of this type? You too can make a musical instrument. Friends, on your screen there are manjira, ghatam, knot, and kartal. Now activity 13.5. Take 6 to 8 metal bowls or tumblers. Fill them with the water up to different levels, increasing gradually from one end to other. Now take a pencil and strike the balls gently. Strike all of them in succession. You will hear a pleasant sound. This is your Jal Tarang. Friends, on your screen you can see the Jal Tarang. As I told you earlier, this activity we can do at home, and the sound created by the Jal Tarang is very pleasant to hear. When we plug the string of an instrument like the sitar, the sound that we hear is not only that of the string. The whole instrument is forced to vibrate, and it is the sound of the vibrations of the instrument that we hear. Similarly, when we strike the membrane of a mridangam, the sound that we hear is not only that of the membrane, but of the whole body of the instrument. Now friends, activity 13.2, sound produced by humans. Speak loudly for a while, or sing a song, or buzz like a bee. Put your hand on your throat as shown in the figure 13.8. Do you feel any vibrations? In humans, the sound is produced by the voice box or the larynx. Put your fingers on the throat and find a hard bump that seems to move when you swallow. This part of the body is known as the voice box. It is at the upper end of the windpipe. Two vocal cords are stretched across the voice box or larynx in such a way that it leaves a narrow slit between them for the passage of air. Friends, when we say something, if you put a hand or a palm in front of your mouth, you can feel some vibrations or you can see some air coming out of our mouth. So by this way we can produce a sound. Which part in our body it creates a sound? If you put your finger here, that is some bumpy hard part made up of some bones. So you can, whenever you say something, you will feel some vibrations. So this is our voice box. that is just upper part of the windpipe. With the help of this voice box, we create the sound. In the figure 13.8, we can see the voice box in humans. When the lungs force air through the slit, the vocal cords vibrate, producing sound. Muscles attached to the vocal cords can make the cords tight or loose. When the vocal cords are tight and thin, the type of quality of voice is different. From that, when they are loose and thick, let us see how the vocal cords function. Now, activity 13.6. Take two rubber strips of the same size. Place these two pieces one above the other and stretch them tight. Now blow air through the gap between them. As the air blows through the stretched rubber strips, a sound is produced. You can also take a piece of paper with a narrow slit and hold it between your fingers as shown in the figure. Now blow through the slit and listen to the sound. Our vocal cords produce sound in a similar manner. Friends, on your screen there are two diagrams, that is diagram A and diagram B. By this activity you can produce a sound, and our vocal cord works similarly on these principles. The vocal cords in men are about 20 mm long. In women, these are about 5 mm shorter. Children have very short vocal cords. This is the reason why the voices of men, women and children are different. So here friends, we understood some basic knowledge about the sound. We did some activity that you can perform at home, and read this activity carefully. If you have any doubt regarding this topic, you can WhatsApp me or you can call me. Read the textbook again. I am saying friends, reading a textbook is very important so you can understand each and every concept properly. Thank you.